welcome back to Wales. It's lovely to have you here. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a good end of winter and beginning of spring. Sorry I've not been around. I've had a hectic couple of months. We've got a new puppy. His name is Stripe and he's a border collie pup. He's 12 weeks old. I'm looking down there because he's in his crate. He's sulking because the planes are around. But I thought if I did a podcast in here, he might have a sleep in his crate and give us a little bit of peace so we can have a bit of a catch up. I've also had a flare up with my rapeseed oil allergy as well. And so far I've had 3 anaphylactic shocks. One of them put me in hospital. And yeah, I'm just adjusting to life away from rapeseed oil, away from dairy and away from meat. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but I just wanted to let you know why I've not been around. Welcome to all my new subscribers. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you to everyone for sticking with me and not unsubscribing because I haven't been around, but thank you for hanging on and waiting for me. I am back. I am going to do a regular podcast for you once a week if I can. And we're going to get up to some more crafty shenanigans. I've started recording a video for you about using a peg loom and weaving a rug from sheep fleece. So that is in the making. I've just got to finish making the peg loom. So I might do that as part of a vlog for next week's video. But I've got a couple of finished objects today. I've got a couple of works in progress. And I've actually splurged because I sold something on eBay for a good price. I sold a little Mr. Salt pot from the 1950s and I got a good amount of money for that, so I've splurged and bought myself some wool for a change because I never buy wool. I always try to work from stash for what I've got in stash, but I really could not make the items that I really wanted to make from what I had in stash, so I've had to do a combination of stash wool and I've bought the wool for the bulk of what I'm going to make. And also another project that I hadn't planned on making I've decided to make as well and bought the wool for that. So we're going to have a look at those. There's a couple of old projects, works in progress, and I thought I'd root them out and just remind you what I've been working on. And as you can see, I've got my shawl finished behind me. And I've actually got my Asics 24 Cozy Stripe blanket finished as well. So yeah, I have been working, I have been making. I haven't been doing a lot, to be honest with you, because my brain's just not been on things with the allergies and with having a new puppy. We got him about 3 weeks ago, nearly 4 weeks ago. He's completely turned my world upside down, completely turned everything on its head. And he's beautiful. I wouldn't be without him. I'll put a little picture in here for you and you can have a look at him. But he's a little diamond, he's gorgeous. He gives me a lot of joy. He's really brought life into the house and he has the zoomies and we can't control him. So yeah, he's flat out in his cage at the moment. Do you want me to turn you around so you can see him? There you go. Flat out. He was with me when I had my funny turn. So he's a little bit clingy, so I have to be with him pretty much all the time. But if I put him in the crate in this room, I can go out and get on with my day, get on with my jobs. And he seems happy in here in his little crate. So he only spends an hour at a time in the crate. And then he comes out, he plays, we have a lot of fun. We go around the garden, we go for a walk, we play with his toys. And yeah. So yeah, that's me, that's my catch up. Sorry it's been so long. But I didn't really, to be honest with you, I didn't have anything to share. And I thought, I'm not just going to come on and just blab to the camera. I want to have some projects to share with you because that's what you're here for. You're here for the knitting. So yeah, as you can see, I've got my Maya cardigan on. Do you know, I was too big. I've not been able to wear this since, let me turn you down so you can see it properly. I've not been able to wear this since I made it. And it was made for my very first podcast. If you look back in my catalogue, I put it in the I button up here. But it was a finished object for my very first podcast when we went looking for lambs. And you know, that's 2 years ago. I can't believe I started on YouTube 2 years ago. I've only got 500 and odd subscribers as well. It shows how much work I put into it, doesn't it? I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, this is my Maya cardigan. I've lost a stone since I've been struggling with my allergies and since I've had the puppy. So now it fits me and it fits me really nice. So I'm really pleased with it. I'm thinking of knitting another one. So I might buy the wool and do another one for the winter next year, because I quite fancy a green one with lilac instead of the blue. So we shall see, we shall see. Oh, I've got a new mug as well. It says to knit or not to knit. That is a silly question. So yeah. I've got a cup of coffee. You'll have to excuse me for blabbing. It's been a long time. It's been 2 months. I've forgotten what to do when I come on here to talk about my knitting. So we're just going to have to muddle through for today. Anyhow, should we get on with the knitting? Should we get on with the crafting? I've done some spinning, I've done some crochet, and I've done a bit of knitting. So yeah, I've also done some weaving, but I can't show you that because that's already gone. I wove a rug for my mother-in-law for her 80th birthday, and she's already got that. She got that back in February. So I have been working, just not a lot, just not a lot. But I do have 2 rugs to weave, which I've mentioned in the past. I've mentioned them last year. I've got to weave a rug for the farmer down the road, my neighbour down the road, half a mile away, and her daughter, because they both gave me some coloured brown fleece last year. I got some textile off her daughter, and I got some lovely brown Welsh mountain off my neighbour. So I've got to weave a rug for both of them because I didn't pay them for them, and I wanted to make sure that they got something back for the wool that they gave me that they can enjoy. So I said I'd weave a rug for both of them from one of the fleece off each of them. So one's going to be in a textile and one's going to be in a Welsh mountain. So when I do it, I've woven the wool, I've spun the wool for one of them. So we'll do that together in the next video, and we'll weave the rug together. And I've got to root out the fleece for the second one. So we'll do that together as well in another video. And I'll show you me spinning it up and getting it ready for washing and getting it ready for the loom. So that's what we're going to be doing with that. I have put some footage together of me spinning the wool, washing the wool and getting it dry. So I'll put that together into a video for you if you're interested, and you can have a little look at that. So that's my plans going forward. So should we get on with the works in progress and the finished objects? Right, we'll do the finished objects first because I'm really excited about this. Do you remember this blanket? This was my Attic 24 cozy stripe blanket. If you're interested in it, I'll pop a video in the I button up there for you so you can see my progress on it. It's been 2 years in the making. I know, I'm slow. I bought it after lockdown. No, I bought it when I moved in here. But it's turned out to be a really nice blanket. It is really big. These blankets always turn out really big. But what I've done to finish it is I've done a nice scalloped edge around the edge of like a shell finish. And I've done 4 rows of double crochet, I think. And then I did my scallop along the edge. So that's now a fully functioning, nice long blanket. It's probably about 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters. So it's a good long blanket. And I have wrapped myself up in it on the couch while I've been getting myself recovered from my allergies. So yeah, it's been a nice relaxing treat. So there you go, that's my Attic 24 blanket finished. I have got another one on the go which I showed you I think in my last video, so I'll pop that in the I button there for you, and it is the zigzag stripe, but I won't root that out because I've done nothing to it and I can't find it, so I'll show you in the next video when I've done a bit more. I have been where are we? I have finished my shawl. And I don't know whether you remember this, but this was knit completely from stash. The wool, the pink, I had in stash from 20 years ago. So I bought that when I was working at the wool shop. So it just goes to show it doesn't matter how long the wool's been in stash for. You'll always find a use for it. The brown is the brown off my Maya cardigan, what was left. The grey was some hand spun. And the cream was what was left off the Maya, off this one. And then that little purple colour was also off, this little lavender colour was also out of stash. So I did it a bit of a Claire shawl. I don't know whether any of you watched the Outlander programme, but I've done it a bit of a Claire Rent shawl. And you know what I love about these shawls is that as they relax, and as the wool starts to relax, they grow and they start to stretch, because that's what happened with my Gotland shawl. It started off about this size and it's about 3 times the size now, so it's a nice cozy long shawl to wear. So yeah, as you can see, I haven't woven in my ends yet. I'm lazy, but I have been enjoying wearing it. I had, when have I got a hole in that? The dog keeps jumping up at it. I had of this brown, when I finished, about that much left. I paid chicken all the way around on the brown, doing the border at the bottom, but I think it was worth it because I think it's turned out really nice. It was going to be the good, I'll just get it for you. It was going to be a Gudrun Johnson half hat, this one. This is my Gotland one that's stretched to about 3 times the size it was when it's finished, and it's beautiful to wear. But you know, my brain just wasn't in the right place to do the scallopy bit and the fancy border on the bottom. So do you know, I just knit it straight. I just thought, do you know what, I want to get it finished, I want to wear it. It's been lovely to wear in the winter, sat in front of the stove, the log burner. But you know, I just didn't have the will to do that fancy border on the bottom. So I didn't, basically. I decided not to bother. So yeah, that's my, this is my, I think it's called the Hansel hat and the Hansel half hat. I think that's what it's called. And it's by Gudrun Johnson. I'll put a link in the description bar below for you to Ravelry. But I got it as a free pattern when I joined Craftsy. So yeah, this is the free pattern. So yeah, that's that. That is that. So this is my grey one. This is my Gotland, and it's done out of hand spun and a little tiny bit of pink commercial. But the rest of it is all hand spun. The main part of it's Gotland. And then there's a bit of Welsh Mountain. Then there's a bit of a French sheep. No, that's Zwarbles. That's the French sheep. And then the pink was a commercial. So yeah, that's my shawl for that. Let's move them out the way. So they're my finished objects. That's all I've got for you. I haven't, to be honest with you, I just haven't been in the right headspace to do any knitting, so I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, I've done loads, because I haven't. I have been working on these. These are my, oh, what's it called? Is it Anya crochet cardigan? Put a link in the description bar. Picture here for you. But these are my squares for that. Now, I got the wool in the pound shop, and they've run out of that. They haven't had any for months. I bought it last year, and I think I've got 3 of that one and 4 of that one. So I'm hoping that I'll have enough of that, because there's about 80 squares and half squares, triangle things. So I'm hoping I'm going to have enough. If not, I'm just going to do the main body in these and the sleeves in the main colour, in this colour, because I can easily get some more of that colour. But I can't readily get this colour. But I do like the way they've turned out. I think they've turned out really nice. So do you know, I just sit there crocheting them when I've got no brain to do anything else. So I've got quite a few now. I think I've got 10 or 12. Let me see. I've got some part ones done. You need 48 apparently. So I'm a long way off the 48 yet, but I'm getting there. So I've got that so far. I think there's 10 or 12 there. So yeah, that's that. That's my crochet project. So I just sit there doing a bit now and again when I've got no brain for anything else. The other thing I've been working on is my Celtic Myths shawl. Now, I have done quite a bit of this really, because I'd only just started it when I last saw you. Pick my stitches up. Why is it always ends up seemingly in the middle of a row when you start podcasting? Right. So this wool is absolutely gorgeous. If you can get it, get it. It's St Kilda wool. It has about 400 metres on a ball, on a skein, and it's got a lot of stretch, a lot of give in it. It is going to be a beautiful shawl. But this is what I've done so far. I got a bit confused with the increases as to how to do the increases, but I think I've got it now. Thankfully the confusion was at the beginning, but as you can see, I've done quite a bit already. I need to increase until I've got 341 stitches, I think. And then on the picture here, as you can see, it's got a cable design all the way along the bottom. So I'm looking forward to getting to that. But it's quite fine yarn, and with a puppy around, just don't go there, because he is into chasing everything and eating everything. So yeah, I've done a little bit on it. I might do a little bit more today because the weather's not looking so good. Looks like there's a storm coming again this afternoon of rain and high winds. So I might sit and get a bit of that done. So that's that. I don't know whether you remember my garden gate sweater. Well, I got the German short rows done, and then again I just lost the will and I put it down. So I've got all the German short row done now. This one's done in Shills a Day yarn. There's a picture here for you. And I've done this one in Shills a Day yarn from the Isle of Skye, called the Skye Wool Company now, I think, with Kirsty and her husband, partner. Don't know what he is, but there you go. So it's got a nice stripe to it. I got 11 skeins of this, so I've got enough to finish my garden gate sweater and do something else. Now I think this might be a little bit bitty, so it's going to be one of those that you only wear, I think, when you go out. It's made of camel and lamb's wool, the wool. I got it when Eva had the shop. When did I get this? 2007. No, 2017, sorry. Or 2016, when the shop was closing down. And when she was closing down, I got in touch and I asked, I liked the wool that much. I asked if they had a lot of it left, and I got another 10 skeins. I bought one when I was in the shop, and then they sent me another 10. So this is the colour for the contrast. We did a little question on the comments, and that was the colour that was voted. So this is going to be the colour work on the yoke in the jumper, and then this is the main part of the body. So I'm up to the colour work, and do you know, I'm not even going to bother changing my needles. I think I'm just going to carry on, because it says to go down a size, but you know, I think I'm just going to carry on in the size that I've got. So that's my garden gate sweater. I've got plenty of yarn. There's some more there, as you can see. It's beautiful colours, lovely purples and blues, hand dyed. I think it's logwood and indigo, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure where the label is. So I'm just getting my books. I've been buying some yarn, and I've decided I'm going to knit the out of this book. It's the Stitch in Time book, and that's by Susan Crawford. I'm after book 1. I've got book 2. I'm after book 1. I'm not that keen on the third one, but I want to do the V jumper that's in here. If I can find it. Where is it? It's in the 1940s. Because I don't know whether any of you have seen on my other channel, but I'm doing a Dig for Victory garden and kitchen. Just a sec. Found it. Right. I'm doing this one called the Jan pullover, or Jan sweater. And I just love the shaping in it. I love the V's in it, the holes. So I'm not doing it in that yellow because I couldn't get it. So what I am doing it in, I'm going really outrageous. And I'm doing it in that colour. Because you know what, I like my browns. I think the browns are my colour. And I thought it'd be nice for the autumn. Late summer, early autumn. So I bought the Drops Flora for it. And it is alpaca and wool. And these were £2.50 a ball, I think. Let me just have a look how much is on them. And there is 210 metres on a ball. And the wool in this is 159 metres, and it calls for 6 balls. So I just got 5 of this one. So that's for that sweater. So it's going to be in orange. I did want to do it in the yellow, but I couldn't get the yellow. So there it is. And it's going to be in that colour. So I think that'll look really nice. And it'll be nice for the late summer, early autumn. So that's the one I'm going to start first. That's that one. And then I'm also going to knit this one for the winter. Now I love that. I think that is beautiful. It is more 1950s, but on my other channel, as I say, I'm doing a wartime kitchen, garden and kitchen where I do recipes. Put a link in the I button for you. I'm doing recipes from the 1940s, from the ration book cookbooks. So I'm using them. I'm doing genuine recipes from the war, and I'm growing vegetables from the war as well in my garden. So if you're interested in that, do pop over there and have a look. And yeah, these are going to be what I'm going to be wearing when I'm doing my videos and when I'm working in my garden and in my kitchen. So I'm going to knit that one as well. And I've got, I've left it in the kitchen, just a sec. I'm thinking of doing it in this vintage yarn called Jolly Fill. It's 50% camel, 50% lamb's wool. Found it in a charity shop and I've got 10 balls of it. So I'm not sure how much is on them. So I'm going to have to take one off and find out how many meters are on it to check I've got enough first. But that's what I'm thinking of doing that sweater in, because it asks for, let's see, 105 meters. I reckon there's about 100 on there. And it asks for 14, 16. No, I think I'm going to have to choose something else. Oh no, I'm going to have to find something else. Oh well, I want to knit that for the winter, so I'll have a look through my stash and see what I've got. But I might try using that and we'll see how we get on. So that's that one. And there's another one in here, if I can find it. I've been looking for a tank top for ages. You remember the vests without the sleeves they used to wear, the land girls used to wear? Well, I've been looking for one of them because I want to wear it when I'm doing my videos on my other channel. So this is the one I've picked. If I can find a bigger picture, let's see if we can find a bigger picture because that's quite small. There we are. That one. So I've plumped for that one. Lovely Shetland Fair Isle knit. So yeah, I've gone really outrageous for this one as well. Not sure I like the colours, but I'm sure it'll work. So let's have a look. Just a sec. So the picture's up here. So this is going to be the main part of the body. I've got 6 of these. So where it's pink, the main part is pink, it's going to be that colour. And then these are the colours I've picked for my Fair Isle colours. So as I say, it is going to be a bit outrageous, but you know, I don't care. I really don't care. Not sure how I'm going to use the colours yet, but that's my colour palette for it. So hopefully it'll look nice. It's difficult to pick wool when you're looking online, isn't it? I prefer to go to a wool shop and find things that I want in a wool shop. But the wool shops near me aren't that good and they're very expensive. And these were £3.40, I think, a ball. And you do get a lot of wool on them. You get 167 metres on a ball. And this is alpaca, 100% alpaca, I think. So yeah, 100% alpaca. So this is going to be really, really nice for my sweater. So I'm looking forward to wearing that. I think this one, oh yeah, this one's 100% alpaca as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So there's my colour palette. Dropping them all. There was my colour palette. That's going to be my tank top. Really looking forward to getting it done. I've been wanting to do one for ages, so I might start that as well. So that's that. Then I'm not finished yet. As you can see, I've had plenty of time to go through my books and go through my stash and see what I wanted to make next. Let's put all these back. Go upstairs. And then I've also been looking in one of my other knitting books. And that's this one called The Northern Knits. It's a lovely book. It's got some lovely patterns in it. I showed it you in my Vlogmas videos, I think. Where are we? Where is it? Here it is. I want to do this one. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Let me just bring you in a bit closer. Because I'm a bit far away there, aren't I? Right. I want to do this one. And I'm going to make it into a cardigan. I'm going to steek it and make it into a cardigan because I don't really want it as a jumper. But I think it'd be really nice as a cardigan. So I've bought this green for the green bit, where it's green on the top and in the main body. It's going to be this colour. Now this was called Green Parrot. And I just like the name. I thought the name was really good. So this one is 35% alpaca, 65% wool. This was £2.40 a ball. So that was a really good value. And then the colours I picked for that are orange, red, the yellow, some cream, some purple. Now I don't know how I'm going to use these, but oh, there's a bit of blue as well, and a bit of blue. So they're my colours for my sweater, and they're going to go with that. There you go. I'm only going to use a little bit of each one. It doesn't take much at all to do the zigzaggy bit. This shell design here doesn't take a lot at all, and it's knitting the round, and then you divide it up for the top, and you do one side and then you do the other, and then you just knit this part of the sleeve and attach it to this part of the shoulder. So it shouldn't take that long to knit really, because this bit's only going to be a few yards of each colour. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So I might start that one this weekend, because I quite fancy having a go with that one for the summer. Because I think it would be really nice with a nice long skirt and a nice camisole underneath. And now I'm losing weight, I think that that would go really well. Because as I say, I've lost a stone already. So yeah, so they're my colours for my, it's called the Hester Chevron Lace Pullover. And it says it's inspired by old photos from the 1920s of lady walkers in Shetland. This loose-fitting pullover makes good use of the dimple shale rib stitch, which is a variation of the old shale pattern used in classic Shetland lace. With its scalloped edge and dainty details, this stitch is reminiscent of foamy, gentle breaking waves on a beach. So I actually think that that will be really nice for the summer. And it's got a nice little bit of history to it as well. So that's my colour palette for that. So I just need to confirm that these are the colours that I'm going to use before I start, and see if I can find anything that will be all in the same yarn, because I'm not sure I want to use the merino, and I'm not sure, to be honest with you, that I want to use this. I'd like to use it for something else, because this again is a Shills a Day yarn, and there's 200 metres on there. So that would make a nice shawl. And I've found a pattern in this book, which I got at Christmas. I'm not sure if I showed you it in my last video, but it's Gudrun Johnston, and I want to knit that shawl there. So that red would actually be very nice in that shawl. So yeah, I'm not sure how much it uses. Where is it? I want to knit this as well. See, that's that dress. But I'd like to do it in some natural dyed yarn. I think that would be really nice, because I like to do that bit in the logwood. So yeah, they're my plans, my thoughts. I want to do this as well. Where is it? That pullover there for the winter. I think that's really nice. There's some lovely patterns in here. I want to do them all. I want to do that on the back as well. So I highly recommend this book if you can get hold of it. It is a bit expensive. I think it was £27.50. But I will knit everything. I want to knit everything in the book. And I think when you buy a book and you want to knit everything that's in it, I think it makes it worthwhile. Because I really like this as well. That pullover there. Apparently these were her mum's designs, Gudrun Johnson's mother's designs. That's the pullover off the back there. You can see how that wave design on the bottom is influential in Shetland. I'm just trying to see how many meters I need for that shawl. The Tara. Now I could knit that with it. Tara is more of a scarf. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That one there. Maybe I could do that. A little hill in Tara is a little hill in Shetland. Shetland dialect. So it says the main colour, 210 metres. So I'd get away with that really, wouldn't I? Be about 10 metres short. I could make it less, couldn't I? And do an extra run of colour instead, an extra run of colours instead. Well, do you know, I think I'm going to use it for that. So that is being relegated now out of my jumper. I'll have to find another colour. And I'm going to put that in that. I'm going to knit that. I'm going to do the Tara shawl. And I might start that today, because that looks like it's going to be really easy to do. So they're my projects. They're my thoughts for my work to come on my channel. And yes, I think I'm going to start that today. That shawl. I think I'll do that today. And make it up as I go along, because that's where the fun is really, isn't it? So they're my things to come. What else have I got to show you? I've got a little bit of spinning. I've been working on some Welsh mounts, some Shetland, sorry, and I've been spinning that. So that's my Shetland done. I'm trying to do a 4-ply, but I don't know. What do you think? I did this on my Bliss wheel, and I've also got some on my Lendrum wheel that I bought last year. I'm trying to do a comparison to see what it's like to spin on between the two wheels. So that's that. And then I don't know whether you remember my drum carding series that I did for you for last year. I'll put it in the I button up here. But I've started spinning the colour. So I've done one and I've recorded it for you. I'm going to put it together as a video series for you of spinning from the back, the roll-lag, and the roving. So this one is the roving, I think. Yeah, I think it's the sausage one, the roving that we took off with the Diz. I think it's that one. And then this is the grey to go with it. And then I'm going to apply the two together. So I've got a little bit of grey left to do. I've got this much left to do. I might do a little bit on that today, because I fancy having a bit of a day off. And then that's going to be applied together with that. So I'll get that done for the next video, and I'll show you that on the next video. So I think that's about it really, you know. I don't think I've got anything else to show you. I can't think of anything else. I think I've shown you everything now. As you can see, I've not really done a lot, but I've had a good mooch through my knitting books to see what I want to knit next. I've done a little bit of spinning. I've done some finishing some projects. But other than that, not much happening around here. It's been raining probably non-stop since July last year. We've had the odd nice day. It was nice this morning. We had some snow this morning. I woke up to the snow. Unfortunately, it was that heavy, it squashed my fruit cage, so I've got to take that down now, dismantle that, which I was planning on doing anyway, but it just means it's got to be done that bit quicker. Other than that, there's not much going on. The polytunnel's up. I just thought it disappeared then. The polytunnel's up. I've still got my 4 chickens, and now I've got my lovely little puppy. Would you like to see him? Well, what did you think of that cuteness then? Isn't he lovely? I won't wake him up. I've just put a video in for you because he's fast asleep and I don't really want to wake him up. I cherish the moments when he's asleep because then it means I get loads of work done, and it's meant I've been able to get a video done for you lovely people. So I'm going to stop waffling now. I'm going to go, and it's Easter weekend this weekend, so I hope you all have a lovely weekend, a lovely long weekend off, and the clocks go forward, so that means it's summer's on the way. Yay! That means we get an extra hour of daylight, so it's going to be going dark at nearly 8 o'clock. So that means I get some garden time in the evening. So that's good, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm waffling. I'm tired. I need to go and get on with my housework because my housework day has gone to today instead of tomorrow because tomorrow's Good Friday. So yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of yours. And I will see you next week for another episode of the Faithful You It's In podcast. So I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now. Bye bye.